And we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and you are watching Kaiserreich, Legacy of the Weltkrieg. And last time we left off, the war itself actually kicked off proper. And it's not been going particularly well for Germany so far. The French have managed to punch through the border defenses and are about to fully occupy Alsace-Lorraine when they take Strasbourg. Soon, we've lost Dunkirk, among other things. The line is holding in some places, but it's severely buckling in others. And attempts at counteroffensives have not been going to plan. Also, France has a rather large alliance, and plenty of manpower to throw at us. They have on their side the British, the Spanish, Northern Italy, the Norwegians, the Mexicans, and Bolivia. Of course, we have the whole of the Entente. That is true. The French and all of Germany's colonial possessions. But the French are currently tied down trying to put down a couple of rebellions in Central Africa. India is fighting other India, as well as the Japanese Siam and Trans-Amur. And Canada is, well, Canada. They tend to take their sweet-ass time getting across the Atlantic when they do show up. As of all of that, I'm currently fighting this war rather defensively, using the rivers and terrain and stuff to hold my line. Basically, is how I'm doing things. Maybe we can get some more air wings than this also. I'll just notice there that we had a handful. Unfortunately for us, right now, we don't really have manpower, which is going to become a problem soon. Because we're still negative political power from some events we had earlier on. Which is going to give us problems in the future. It is indeed. But, and I'm just noticing this, Bulgaria's war with Serbia is still going on. They had a revolution that made them turn into a socialist republic because they apparently lost their war. But the thing is, they didn't actually lose that war. That's because of a bug. I'm playing this save from an older version, on the current version of Kaiserreich, which version updates always break things, so I expected something wonky would happen, honestly. Austria-Hungary is also having some fun reforming themselves. Because they have become basically one whole nation, with the exception of Hungary.
Maar zo slim kan het niet zijn en zo fel is geen pijn of genezing is er voor gegeven. Hier een hart dat verbreekt.
And lest I forget, the Reichspakt is also fighting in the east against Russia, who's launched an invasion. They've mostly been holding off doing any actual attacking, though, in a lot of places. The exception being Finland, which is where their main offensive is actually going fairly well for the Russians. They've pushed back to basically, at this point, have occupied what the Soviet Union took in the historical Winter War so far. But that's about it. Things are a stalemate in Sweden. The Swedes did manage to push through and take Oslo from the Norwegians, but they've gotten themselves cut off and are probably going to lose those two divisions fairly soon. All in all, things are not going great for us. However, I'm not in a position to really contribute in a major way. Although, we will send out the fleet. See if we can't do anything at sea, I think. Let's see here. Our collection of submarines can convoy raid in. Let's see. So I'm saying they can go no, not convoy, escort. Convoy raid in the North Sea and a little bit in the English Channel. Whereas my main fleet, let's see. First, hold on a second. Engage at low risk, just so they don't do anything stupid. Our fleet can and I think patrol the North Sea. I'll probably need to start trading for some more oil to make up for what they're going to be burning doing this. Yep, called it. We have maybe a month or two's supply doing this. So, let's see. We need oil. America, you have plenty of oil. apparently that's not a thing we can do. As such. Looks like we're gonna have to beach our patrol fleet. For now. After we get caught in a naval engagement, that is. How are things going elsewhere? I believe not great is the technical term for this. Of cancels. Denmark is called in Iceland. Potential naval invasion of the Low Countries proper. And Guatemala has annexed El Salvador. I don't actually care about Guatemala annexing El Salvador. Let's see here. Our economic boom is about to happen. Let's see. Okay, we got some events here. Formation of the Central American Confederation. So that's what was going on with the whole Guatemala-El Salvador thing. That whole region just got conquered out the wazoo and is now one nation. That's cool. And Vladivostok has fallen. Okay. To who, though? The United States. Wow. Vladivostok has been captured by American forces, rising to prominence as the home of the Russian Pacific Fleet. During the Civil War, the city became the seat of power for dissident Admiral Alexander Kolchak. Though much has changed since Kolchak first took the city during the war, the state that he established from Vladivostok is held on to the modern day. With the capture of the city, however, that state's position has become extremely precarious. Yes. Wow. America is getting themselves involved in a land war in Asia. We'll see how this ends, but yes. Because I'd almost forgotten, but yes, Japan did declare war on the United States. Though I'm not sure why. But that is a thing that happened. And the Philippines are syndicalist. Also that. Let's see. Economic boom is finished. So we have some nice buffs to our factories. Let's see here. Well, we are rather at war right now, so I think we need the military factories more. Eastern and Northern industrialization first, then this. Imports from Germany and the borderland are the future. By investing in that region, we shall be able to benefit from cross-border trade in that region. And encourage a number of new businesses to open. 1 civilian factory and 2 slots. Nice. I'm going to take a couple of my divisions and move them to Amsterdam because we have a potential deadly naval invasion coming my way. So get your butts over to the capital. Panama wants non-aggression? Sure. Sure. I don't want to jinx us. No, guys, I want you to stick around. In fact, I'm going to unassign you. You can just stand in Amsterdam for the time being. So I'll at least have 3 divisions on standby if there is a naval invasion. Lots of Lend-Lease cancelage going on. And America still has their toehold in Transamore.
Deze dagen hoor je klagen en wel 1000 dingen vragen, maar doe niet zo zenuwachtig en hou je indrachtig de gevaren die we
It is their only current puppet state.
Geen fanatisme, hou je optimisme, elk die ze
India, sure, you can have that.
Want ons leger waakt en staat paraat. Niets is er wat meer vreemd wordt. Het kokkie in de keuken zingt.
Let's see here. Kingdom of Lithuania. Yeah. Oh, I see. Lithuania is attempting to secede from the Reich. Thus, Germany has declared war on them.
Hollandse soldaten leven.
And honestly, I can understand why. Lithuania is in a very strategic position, and it's a vital link between Germany and her eastern territories. Is in client states. So, if Poland were ever to decide, she wanted out of the Reichspakt, that would leave the Baltic states, former White Ruthenia, now Crimea, and Ukraine, completely isolated and with Germany unable to support them whatsoever. So it's pretty important to hold on to Lithuania just because of where they're positioned. So I can understand why they're doing this. For years, the LAF has been roaming the force of Lithuania in their brutal partisan war against the Lithuanian government. Highly nationalistic, the LAF has preached rhetoric of anti-Germanism, as well as calls for a genuinely ethnic Lithuanian state, attracting radicals from the far right. However, it would appear that the Lithuanian government's failure to subdue the LAF has led to an outright uprising in Lithuania, led by their leader, Augustinas Valdemaras. LAF troops march proudly down the streets of Vilnius, officially breaking Lithuania with the German nation. While Lithuania may enjoy her newfound complete independence, it is unlikely the German Empire will tolerate such a threat on the eastern borders. Observers remark that the conflict is imminent, and Lithuania's freedom may be short-lived. Indeed, we will see how long they last. I'm going for not long. A bunch of partisan mites against the full force of the German Imperial Army and her client states. It's in the east. Lithuania is not going to be around for long, I can tell you that much. Vilnius, capital of Lithuania, has now fallen. Yeah, like I said, they're not gonna last long. And they get annexed, but because I have player-led peace conferences, I get to set the terms. And just because the borders would be kind of offensively ugly otherwise, and yes, I think that is a majorly important thing to consider, how ugly the borders will be. I'm just gonna give the entire thing to Germany. I mean, it's a rebellion they're putting down. They shouldn't exactly be partitioning it. Alright, the AI shouldn't, but because of the way Hearts of Iron treats wars like this, it basically acts like a standard war, which is why you see so much partitioning. I'll just give it to Germany and they can decide what to do. The Commune of France has occupied part of Sweden. Oh yeah, Scandinavia is a clusterfuck right now. Cyrenaica has capitulated. Lest you have forgotten, Cyrenaica was down here, and it was that half of modern-day Libya that is an Ottoman puppet state at the start of the game, if you're curious as to what's going on there. Thinking of the Ottomans, their war on two fronts, well, 3 fronts actually, is still going on. And it's basically a stalemate. Helsinki fell at some point, what it looks like. So, how are Finland on the road to capitulation? Just out of curiosity. Nearly there. If Russia takes just a few more cities, then Finland will have to surrender. And we add another division to our Homeland Defense Force.
Eerlijke handen, zo stoer en zo sterk. Wat waren die vroegere zielen? Ze waren nooit blij en ze vonden steeds werk. Daar waren ze nooit om verliezen. Wanneer hij nu denkt aan die heerlijke tijd, dan vloekt hij en knaagt op zijn tanden. Geen mens kan begrijpen hoe
Alright. That's another division to my home army of defend Finland from the filthy Reds, as I call it now.
Daar moesten ze voortaan van leven. Aan moest dat steungeld, hoe goed ook bedoeld. Het is hem als voelt hij het branden. Het is of hij nu pas zijn machteloosheid voelt. Als het ligt in de werkeloze handen.
Now, Finland is what I'm focusing my attention on, because it's the front with the most momentum and action going on, even if it's momentum and action where we're losing. Oh, and I hadn't really been watching what's going on there, but Ethiopia had a series of wars break out earlier on where they went to war with Somalia, and then the province of Eritrea, which was on the coast and is basically the territory they acquired during the Weltkrieg, it rebelled against them. And now Ethiopia has been defeated and partitioned between Somalia and their former rebellious territory. So goodbye Ethiopia. Possibly they'll be resurrected as a puppet state. I'm not really sure. We'll see if that's the route the AI decides to take. Some more arms factory stuff. Subsidize Philips for more civilian factories for trade. Gun company is done. Advanced machine tools. production efficiency cap can go up. I think we do more fighter production. Yeah. We have a serious drought of resources right now that we need in a lot of places. I'm not gonna do anything about that right now until we need at least 8 of them, because that's the size that the trades tend to come in. 8s. Yeah. Iceland is having another invasion. But like I said, we can't really do anything about Iceland. Nor am I particularly inclined to. Now, continue to watch Finland burn. Relatively speaking, of course. I don't think the Russians have any flamethrower units over there, or are setting them on fire. Speaking of Finland, they've just surrendered. Not particularly great for us, honestly. And I don't think Russia would go for, or, hey, you want to just have Finland only in exchange for peace proposal, even if Germany were prepared to give it, honestly. That's not gonna happen, like, ever. Ever. And we have no manpower. Wonderful. Fucking wonderful. No manpower. And Iceland has capitulated. If there were ever a time that I was grateful for the fact that we're not fighting on the front battle line, it's times like this when we run out of manpower. Defensively turtling up like this is just playing to our strengths, really. That's how I see it. We're just doing what we're best at. And with that, and us into April 1940, I think we're gonna end this here. So, this has been Dark Phoenix Gaming, and you have been watching Kaiserreich with the Netherlands, where we mostly just turtle up, let Germany do all the fighting in the war, run out of manpower, and lose a couple of provinces to the British doing a naval invasion of our homeland. Because we're in the Reichspakt for our own protection, not because we really give a shit about Germany. So we're not gonna stick our neck out for them unless we absolutely have to. And we'll probably, let's be honest, we'll probably end up selling out Flanders in order to pull back to our defenses here or something in future. Because I don't foresee this war going great for Germany. Given the fact that the front is stretching dangerously close to the Rhine now. And in fact, is over the Rhine in one place. So yeah, I don't see this going great for Germany. In any case, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to see more like this. Take care everyone, and so long for now.